What's up, YouTube? It's Adam Grover coming at you with an update on the wagon. So I told you guys I was going to put the 26-inch tires on it, and I did. So I have some updated passes with that. The carburetor, I played with it some more. So we're going to go over that first. I changed the cams on the carburetor, front and back. I played with the pump shot. I put new pumps, the new diaphragms in it, and it still just isn't taking it. The only thing that's really different from when I first put it on, when it was taking the carburetor, are the idle mixture screws. A lot of people say they don't matter. And what I'm talking about are these little screws right here in a metering block. That carburetor has 4 of them. It's a dual circuit or 4-corner, whatever you want to call it. But the car idle is so rich that it'll literally make you cry if I put them back to how it was. That's why it's hard on plugs. That's why I found the plugs out that were in it, even though they were old and needed to be changed anyway. Right now, it idles great, but I think because the engine doesn't have the cam in it that it needs, the head flow isn't there. It's just, the 750 is too big. People say, oh, there's no such thing as too big of a carburetor. And this is where it comes into effect, that whole thing. At least that's my theory on this, because I've tried power valves. I've been through the whole carburetor, and it's just, that's the only thing I can come down to, is that I tried turning them out a little bit. It did get a little bit better, but I'm not trying to foul a brand new set of plugs out to the point where I got to buy another set. So I'm going to put this on. It's a 600. But I did want to bring you guys some data with the 26s, because I mean, I've been racing the car with this dead spot in it the last couple times, and we've been putting down faster and faster passes. The last video, if you guys saw, we won a 1551. I'll flip the camera around and show you guys. We're going to go over the slips. That was with the 28-inch or 275 60 15s on it. 28-inch tall drag radial. So let's get into that and see what a little 26-inch tire does for a car with no gear in it, no converter. Alright, so this was on the 28-inch tire, 238/60, 1004 at 72.48 mile an hour. 1551 in the quarter at 89.43 mile an hour. It was a 75-degree night. 1504 DA. Now the DA's high on this pass, and New Jersey weather just got nice. I talked to you guys in the last video, which was only a couple days ago, and it was muggy. Like, this was a horrible, I was sweating that night. So I put the 26s on the other night, made a pass with it, and the DA was still over 1,000, 1157, 68 degrees. But we got a new personal best, 231/60 foot, 983 in the 8th at 72.5 mile an hour. 1529 at 89.77 mile an hour. Now the DA is a little bit better here. As you can see, 1157 compared to 1504. That is going to affect it somewhat. So this would be like a 1540 pass with this DA. The rest is from the 60 foot and the tire. Made a pretty big difference the way it's pulling through the power band. Even though the mile an hour isn't crazy different, the car actually feels pretty different. It's pretty crazy what 2 inches of tire does. I mean, you can see it's a little bit over 0.2 of a second here. But tonight we had a nice DA, and it was fighting me, the car, all night. I mean, I went through, like I said, I went through the carburetor trying to get the flat spot taken care of. My draggy died. I had to charge it. And that's when I put the other carburetor here together because it needed a base plate and stuff on it. It ain't pretty, but I want to see what it does. And then I'm going to have to go through that probably with jetting and things. But tonight I wanted to make a pass, and we got another personal best. This is the fastest the car's been so far. 227 60 foot. So we got out of the 2.3 range. 972 in the eighth. 73 mile an hour with a 14 and a quarter, and we hit 90 mile an hour. So there's a lot of stuff here on this pass that's a first. The 227 60, it's the first time it's ever going a 22 60 foot, and the 90 mile an hour. So the DA was 333. Now that's why you see the mile an hour jump up almost a full mile an hour from that slip to this one. That's what DA does, guys. This is what I've been trying to tell you guys that don't know the difference. That's DA. The 60 foot, why is the 60 foot better? I did play with the carb. I got it a little bit better, and it actually left good here. Even if this 600 works, this isn't, I don't think, going to get that much better. It's going to be like a 225 if it improves. It overcame that stumble right off the initial hit. It had a little boop, and then it just cleared up, and it took off. So this is only going to be like, if I'm lucky, it'll hit a 223 on the 26s. So this is tire size and DA and a little bit of carb tuning. More so DA and tire size than it is carb tuning, really. I wish I could say it was carb tuning because I wish I could get this carburetor right. But like I said, I think it's just too big, and I think it needs the idle mixture screws out more. And being that it just doesn't flow enough CFMs, it's just going to run rich, and that rich is also going to make up for it being lean in that spot. So I'm kind of half tempted to try another power valve in it, but I just don't see really a point. I really want to try the 600 on it anyway. It was something I wanted to do for you guys. Theoretically, this should make more low end, so it should be a little faster. And then the mile an hour should just be even. But, because that really doesn't need 750 CFMs. It's not turning 7,000 RPM or more, 7,500. It doesn't have a rowdy cam in it where it needs that carburetor. It doesn't have the head flow to need that carburetor. So it's just really in vain. I put it on because I had it sitting here and it was in decent shape where it worked. So I was like, all right, whatever, toss it on and see what it does, and it's been on there since. But now we're going to try this 600, see what that does. I'm going to have to tune this whole thing in, like I said, and hopefully between this, I would like to put the electric fan on it. I keep saying that. It's just time consuming to wire that up. And I want to figure out how I want to wire it. And I'd also like to put a locked distributor out in it. Locked out distributor in it. Sorry guys, like 3 o'clock in the morning. I found an old distributor that I have that is the Doris Spark bullcrap. I think it's the one that was in my black Mustang. It looks like it's welded from what I can see when I look in through the little hole that's in the distributor. I don't know where it's at, but almost fell. Chair's broke. But I think I'm going to change the gear on that because that's for a hydraulic roller cam. So I'll probably pull the gear off this distributor, pop it on that one, put that distributor in, set the timing. Only downfall to that is going to be starting the car up when it's warm. It's going to want to drag. But I think you might see an improvement in the 60 foot with this car just because it's so geared out that having that timing all in from idle, it's going to have torque in faster. So I think that would also improve the 60 foot. Hopefully it'll bring the 60 foot down from a 227 to maybe a 223. If I could get half a tenth in the 60 out of that, that would be a 15.0. And then I got another little trick, as long as everything works out, that I'm going to try and see if that gets us into the 14s. Just a shorter tire, but I found a set of slicks that I'm going to try to pick up and take the 26s off and put an even shorter set of slicks on it. So hopefully they work decent, and hopefully my calculations are correct and we can go a 14. I'd really like to go 1480s because if I can go a 1481, then we picked up 2 seconds from where we started, which would be kind of crazy for not really doing much to the car. Carburetor, distributor, intake, tire, and a little bit of weight, say 100 pounds, just to round it up. So it's a pretty big gain, even though the car is not no rocket. But 2 seconds, I mean, people bolt heads on and don't even pick up 2 seconds. So that would be a nice, very nice gain if we could go 1481. I'd be pretty stoked. Because then from there on out, it's just going to start jumping. The stick should pick up quite a bit. The rear, it's still going to pick up, especially with the stick in it. Because I'm going to put 430 gears in it when it gets to 8.8. So between the stick, a posi, rear with good gear in it, back to a 28-inch tall tire with that rear, it's still going to be more gear than what we end up with the shortest tire I can put on this thing with what it has in it now. But between those two things and the camshaft we got, this car should be pretty fast. Not fast, but quick for relatively stock motor. So just cam, intake, that's all that'll be done to it in the future. And exhaust, a carburetor. So stock bottom end, stock heads, you know. Probably have to upgrade the valve springs for this cam because I'm going from the flat tappet to a hydraulic roller, and this cam's a little bit bigger than what's in it. So I think it's like 480 lift, 490 lift, around there. So probably need a valve spring, but you know, stock head, stock bottom end, cast piston motor. Something I wanted to show you guys for a long time. I think I talked about it in one of my earlier videos. So basically I think it was like how to go 12s with a 302, and I had some guys asking me if the older 302s could do it, and I'm trying to show that to you guys. So hopefully it works out. I got a lot of work to do to the car when the motor and stuff goes through the changes, the stick shift, because I got to fix the strut towers and all in it. But right now I'm just trying to do some stuff to show you guys how to take a ragged out turd and I guess polish it and make it halfway decent without spending a lot of money, because there's really, I mean, this is stuff I had laying around. This 600, I think I spent $100 on it when I bought it, or $50. I don't know. It's just cheap. The intake, I paid $50 for it years ago. This is all stuff I have laying around in the garage. This is actually, the carburetor is actually for the 55. So I'm robbing it from that. But it's all stuff that you can find relatively cheap. There was just a Demon 750 for sale. I think the guy wanted like $75 for it. So you can still find the deals. They're out there. So there's just another one of my intakes, the Wien 8011. Buddy of mine bought it. I think he probably got it for $125 or something. So you can put this combination together cheap. This isn't nothing crazy or spectacular. It's a budget deal. I got probably paid $15 for the car. Sold the wheels off of it for $400, I think. Bought these wheels for $200. So I mean, I got like $1,300 into it. This carburetor will make that 14. The intake 15, and then if you want to count the plugs I put in it, what else I do? Plugs, the fuel filter I had laying around. That was actually, I think, given to me. I don't even think I bought that. I think somebody handed that to me, and I put it on the shelf. The plugs, I think, were like $30. Really not much into the car, is my point. I got under what I paid into it at the moment. So I think said and done. Oh, I bought the rockers and the lifters for $150, so I got like $50 over. That's adding everything up that I have here. But I think I can get the car to run respectable, probably for under $2,000, maybe $2,500. Probably have a 10-second car, so in that budget realm, it's really not that bad. I'm really gonna have to sit down and figure it out, because stuff does add up faster than you think. But I'd also like to do some stuff to make the car nice. I would like to put a tubular K-member and A-arms in it when I put the stick and all that, so that way it loses a little bit more weight out of it, and just pick mostly for room is why I want to do it. I can't stand taking that ugly K-member out to fix strut towers and putting it back in. Just the thought of that bothers me. So I'd like to put a tubular K-member and A-arms with coilovers on it. This way I can also set the front ride height where I want it, and just make the car nicer under the hood and cleaner. And that's going to be costly, but I might rob the black car for that and buy the black car a new one. So, because that one I spent a little less money on, so it's a little cheat to save money on one car, I guess. But I forget what I paid for that one. I think like $500 or something. But anyway, even still, people spend a lot more money to get a car to go in the tens than what I'll have into this. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this stuff, seeing the car progress. It's pretty awesome seeing the car go 15, 14. That's I honestly, I thought I would get it there, but, you know, under the circumstances I'm at right now, I was kind of skeptical. But I thought I would need the carburetor tuned in 110% to get that type of time out of it. So that's good to see that. The electric fan would probably put this down to like a 1510, maybe a 1511, somewhere around there. Every little bit counts. So I'd like to get the fan on it. And then, like I said, the smaller tires. Hopefully we can get it in the 14s. And hopefully this carburetor helps it. Be awesome if we get it like a 1450. Now I'm kind of pushing it because I don't think the carburetor is really going to help it. But other than the stumble, being able to just whack it, maybe we'll find out, I guess, right? So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I didn't stumble on my words too much. I am beat. This thing's wearing me out. So that being said, I think I'm going to go to sleep now and try to get some rest. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this stuff, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And tune in for next time. See you guys later.